Yes, a very good evening, everyone, and for the final time this year, welcome to Friday Night Replay. Round 22 kicks off tonight with the Richmond Fitzroy clash at the MCG, the chance for both teams to finish the year on a high note after some good and perhaps not so good performances during the course of the season. In recent outings, the Tigers have won 5 of their past 6 clashes, scoring a 62-point victory when they last met. That was on April the 30th in round 5, and Michael Roach on that occasion kicking no fewer than 7 goals. Nostalgia also played its part tonight. Jimmy Jess bowed out in the Richmond reserves, while for David Parkin it was his final game as coach of the Lions, whom he joined in 1986. Our commentators at the cricket ground are Drew Morfitt, Peter McKenna and Bernie Quinlan, and we pick up play with some highlights of the first quarter.
Paul Broderick off the left boot, up towards full forward. Kapler. And Osborne, who kicked 8 last week, he was almost playing on. Pickering thought so, but Osborne will have a set shot from right in front, and he'll start this week on a high note like he finished last week. Distance about 15 metres. Osborne starts the night with a goal.
And we've played many fine games for Fitzroy. Ross Thornton. This is Board. Terry Board towards half-court. Here's Brian Lees now. Look at the colour of that hair as he gets it back towards his teammate there in Lambert. Out wide. This is centre wing Michael Thompson. He brings it to half-forward.
High kick. Oh, Justin Pickering at the front of the pack. A good mark. Just outside the 50. Steers it low. Beautiful pass. And what a lead that was in the mark to Hogg. Right in front and kicking from about 40 metres. Beautiful kick. Tigers level the scores.
One of the fittest blokes playing league football.
Well, against Fitzroy, he did a great job. It's on centre wing again. Oh, gee, a high tackle is on Andy Goodwin, who's back in the Richmond side.
Be a bit careful with those high tackles. That could be reportable.
Goodwin towards half-forward. A lovely kick finds Nichols. Nichols, the lead's on again by Hogg. Out he comes, and he's marked. So he's been proving a little bit quick for Gary Pert at the moment. Jeff Hogg, 45 metres out.
Yeah, it's the only way to beat Gary Pert because he's so strong. It's no use trying to stand in the goal square and bustle him out of the contest.
Well, this is Jeff Hogg. Will kick from 45 metres. His last kick was beautiful. It's another one. Yes.
It's quite cool, but I believe there's a change on the way, so it might get cooler, windier, and perhaps even wet later on. Just over 12 minutes to go in the first quarter. Low scoring today, 2-1 to 1-2.
I feel that Jimmy Wynn might be picking up Michael Mitchell. Bernie, of just tagging him, I think.
Well, Kepler was near him a minute ago, but you could be right there, Peter.
Ironmonger was the ruckman there as they shoveled out again, and the Roys come through Blakey right down towards half-forward, and the umpire's paid at the ruse. And you can see that big bandage on the thigh. Apparently he's got calcification of the thigh, Paul Roos. It swings onto the left foot. A wobbly old kick went straight to Armstrong, and the umpire's going to pay it. Back. Now, the mark wasn't taken there, was it, Bernie?
It went 2.5 metres, that kick.
Well, I'm sure the mark wasn't taken that far towards the goal.
No way was it a mark. It didn't cover the required distance.
It went about 6 metres, that kick.
He did remarkably well to set.
Well, the Tasmanian, Matthew Armstrong, a nice-looking kick towards the forward line, and it's kicked by Osborne, a goal!
In separate beds.
That's right. There's Armstrong down towards full forward. Oh, geez, that was a high tackle. Frangalis comes out of defence, brings it wide. A mark, Justin Pickering. Now, they love playing on the Pickering brothers. Off he goes onto the left foot. He's bringing it towards the half-forward line. This is Mitchell. Let's see if he runs off onto that right foot. He's got tons of pace. There he goes. And he kicks it long. Gary Pert in front. Fisted away. Punched away by Stevens. Went straight to Hogg. Hogg hooks it back. Is that his 3rd goal? Yes.
When they burst from the centre square.
Whoa, that's got to be the mark of the... I made the mark of the week with TAB Footy Bet. Yeah, for as little as 50 cents, you can make your mark with Footy Win, Footy Double, and for the big payout, Footy Quad. So make your mark with Footy Bet now. I did, mate, at the TAB.
You get a run for your money. Run for your money. You get a run for your money. money on the TAB.
How do you get around to all the football action without the driving and the parking hassles?
Get the Mets to get around. Get the Mets.
Time, Richmond leading by 7 points. We go back to the MCG now and we pick up play at the start of the second quarter.
So the second quarter about to get underway. Waitman 5 possessions in the first quarter. The ball up and Ironmonger wins the tap. Hacked out of the air up towards half forward. Clever hand pass to Free. Off the left boot goes to Hogg. Oh, almost a sensational mark. Waitman front of the pack. Goal coming up. Great start to the term by the Tigers.
Yes, and that's the value of the leading full forward again on that occasion. Even if he didn't take the mark, it was an excellent effort to try to take the mark. There's Gary Purdy, looks as though he may be injured. He hurt his shoulder last week. He was suspect. But have a look at that play again. An excellent leading play by Hogg, and the rover, the value of a good rover in the forward pocket also, Waitman. But it does open up the play. Why does he hurt the leg this time, I think, Gary Purdy?
Well, we're back to the centre. A handy goal. There's Trent Nichols out of the centre to the brilliant Mitchell. Oh, look at the way he weaved and dodged. Still got in the hand pass. Free is caught. That'll be holding the ball. And the umpires are spot on tonight. They've hardly made a blue.
Coming off the ground, Gary Purdy may have injured that hamstring. He missed about 4 or 5 weeks. And it looks to be fairly serious.
Well, that's rotten luck. He is hobbling. So he won't come back, I wouldn't think. We'll get a report later, we hope, from Malcolm Blight. Now, here is Anthony Carafa. They could do with a quick goal. Leon Harris. Oh, he's caught. Frengalis is there. Wilson. John Ironmonger. Quick hand pass. Finds Kepler. Kepler swings onto the left foot. It's a high floater towards the forward pocket. I think this will float out of bounds. It does. And the free kick will be taken by Manton. There he is. Oh, he's hobbling. Now, let's hope that is a hamstring and not a knee injury.
Well, Gary Pert, 17 games this season. A shame to finish the last one like that, but he's got time to recover. We've got about 8 months.
Should have marked that, Osborne.
Frangalis' kick out wide to Thompson. Short of the wing. Wilson. Poole drops the mark. Goes back after it. Loses the contest and Kepler whips it away. Well, that ball was fun and stayed in. Ooh, incredible. Now it's gone out and we'll have a throw in.
Well, I wouldn't mind betting, even though Hogg has kicked 3 goals on Gary Purdy, he'll be glad to see him off.
I'm sure he will.
Because there he is. He's in pain, Gary. Now, let's see.
I think Stroop is going back there to take over.
Well, a big job for him with a man who's kicked 3 goals on a champion fullback. He'll have his tail up, Jeff Hogg. Now, the Roys are through Pekin to Kepler towards the half-forward line, but it beats Craig McGrath over the line. He's been attended by Brian Lees. McGrath's been around for a few years now, alternating between centre half-forward and full-forward.
He's played about 90 games in the reserves, Craig McGrath.
Just one of those in-betweeners. I would think there's Goodwin, and actually Peter Wilson came over the back, and the players pounce on top of the ball, and the umpire will bounce it close to that 50-metre line. The scoreboard reads Richmond 4-4, Fitzroy 2-3, but it really is a pretty even contest.
Goodwin. And straight back out of bounds. Now Malcolm Blight's down there with Gary Pert. Malcolm?
Yes, Drew, it would appear that Gary Pert has twisted his left knee. He isn't in a lot of pain at the moment. He is starting to walk now to go to the dressing room, so I doubt whether we'll see Gary Pert back again tonight.
It doesn't look good. Michael Thompson bursting through the pack. Tapped on by Honeybun. Oh, they're still going forward. Now to Mitchell, the sprinter. Right up to the 50. Will he kick a big goal? Inboard he goes. Justin Pickering off the right boot and hooked it too far. Hogg's there again, and he's got it off the behind post, snaps a goal. But
yes, out of bounds.
The umpire was right. It hit the behind post and it'll be a throw-in.
Good try, though, by Jeff Hogg. But the goal umpire right on the scene there to make a proper decision. John Ironmonger certainly has got the height advantage over the Richmond ruckman. Honeybun's going to do battle with him. And in fact, he got it down. Here's a chance for Hogg into an open goal. but I think it might be a free kick in the meantime. It is. It won't be counted, that goal. It'll be a free kick going down there to Wynn. Wynn wide to Brockhurst, to Stevens. And Stevens wide. That could be out in the full. Yes, it is. And Kepler had taken the mark, but it was over the line, and Michael Thompson will take that free kick.
Crowd yelling for a 50. It was right over his head and back 20 metres behind him. Last year that would not only have been 50, it might have been reportable. Pretty hot on that last year. Thompson up inside half forward. Honeybun crashed to the ground. They'll fight for it at ground level. Well, Hogg might be going for some sort of record. He kicked 3 goals in the first quarter. And he's actually steered 2 more through in this quarter. Neither of them counted. So he's been pretty accurate tonight. Ironmonger taps in the direction of Egan. Kepler does well to get it out of there for Fitzroy, but it goes to Thompson. Back at half forward. Down towards the pocket. Good safe mark to Gale.
Now this is Michael Gale, deep in that back pocket area. He's another former Tasmanian. Good mark to McGrath, who was almost off too. Craig McGrath on the half-back line. He's gone short. Leon Harris. He's gone short to Kepler. And Darren Kepler is out on centre wing. Another short one. Now, this is Paul Broderick. Or is it? No, it's not. It's Michael Gale. And gee, he's covered some territory there. Right down the back pocket a moment ago. Gale. He brings it to half forward or over the back. So now it's a chance for Fitzroy through Carafa. It was meant for Ruse. Now it's Ironmonger. McGrath off the ground. We've got a lot of system up there. Now Ironmonger to Carafa. Armstrong lines up the goals. 40 metres out. Matthew Armstrong doesn't come back, but he's put it through for a point. The Lions creep a little bit closer. 2-4 to 4-4. 2 goals straight the difference.
It's short kicking, although they retain possession. It takes them a long time to get the ball into the forward line and allows the Richmond defenders to cover all the players.
Armstrong not quite as dominant tonight as he was last week against Fitzroy when he played an absolutely superb game. And tonight he's on Knights. Oh, McGrath. Well, in form tonight he should never have played 90 in the reserves. Centering kick, wind. Still 60 to 65 metres out from goal. Another short pass to Blakey, but they've got it inside 50. And John Blakey right in front. Still Knight. He's giving us a bit of a shake.
Not a long kick, John Blakey. They just struggle a little bit to make the distance.
Close. And just into the goalpost, 4 are behind. So, well, neither of us really wrong. He gave it a shake, and he struggled as well.
Well, Bernie is the kicking coach down there, or skills coach, so he should know about the kicking ability of these Fitzroy players. There's Brian Lees towards centre wing. Ironmonger punches it away. Good play by Lambert as he comes through the centre of the ground to Justin Pickering, a daisy cutter. Meant for Egan. Oh, he pushed himself in the back then. Comes back to Knights, ducks the head, gets in a quick hand pass. Pekin to Strooper. Strooper wide. That was good umpiring. These 2 young umpires have done an excellent job. Ruse to Harris. And they've gone short all night, Fitzroy. This is Leon Harris. Short again. Oh, it'll come off though. Keith Thomas. Short again. This is Wind. I wonder if he'll go short. Yes, to Kepler, but they still have the ball. Kepler runs 60 metres out from goal. A beautiful long kick. Ruse at the back. But it's a good mark in front to Richmond, and that's taken by Manton.
Oh, I feel they're going far too short. Fitzroy, they're giving the Richmond defenders plenty of time to get there and pick up their men.
Yes, they're leading clearly in kicks and hand passes, Fitzroy. And the gap has widened in the second quarter. John Ironmonger, well, he shrugged off a player last week, Steve McPherson, and was reported for it, but tossed out pretty quickly at the tribunal on Monday night. Be a bit careful with that swinging arm, though. Oh, shocking kick. Well, the mark was dropped down there by Free. Chance here for Fitzroy. The snap for goal out wide and hasn't got the distance. Michael Pickering, you're off, son. Through Manton to Wilson. And Wilson up towards centre wing. That's great play. Nichols. He's just gone the die at the front of the hair. And he keeps on going. Good Shepherd behind. Nichols, a great pass to Egan. Well, beautiful football.
Well, it was, Drew, a fantastic pass. Now Egan is going with a long bomb towards goals. Oh, he's got onto a beautiful drop punt. This will go close. Up they go. It's right in front of the teeth of goal. And it is punched through, in fact, for a behind to Richmond. So 4-5, 2-5, 2 goals the difference.
Much better system there in the Richmond forward line.
Well, they at least kick long. Fitzroy mucking around with the ball. Stevens, he's not sure what to do with it. Brett Stevens, he's gone short. A lovely pass finds Harris. He'll go off. Leon Harris. Wide to Kapler. Can he get there? Another one. Well, that's twice they've done it out there when looking for Kapler. And Brian Lees, who, as I said in the first quarter, has got to the peroxide, I think, in the last couple of weeks. And got the Trevor Barker look.
Kevin Bartlett say to him, go and get that stuff out of your hair, and I don't think he could get it out. Anyway, Bartlett left him in the seniors. I suppose it doesn't really matter what shape your stomach's in, does it, or what colour your hair is. Away goes Lambert. On to Pickering, but his kick astray, and the mark taken in defence by Brockhurst. And Matthew Armstrong down behind play. Bad news for Fitzroy, they already have Pert off the ground. Oh, what a pick-up by Blakey. Osborne playing all over the ground. Here he is back behind half-back's flank, and he's kicked both of Fitzroy's goals at full forward. Centre wing. Richmond have the numbers. Michael Pickering.
Pickering or Richmond looking good at the moment. Pickering to the centre of the ground. Ironmonger's doing a power of work. Gee, he's in good form. Over to Harris. To Armstrong. They've got loose men everywhere on the rebound. Broderick wants to hand pass. Is he going to? No, he's going to have a pot shot at the goals. Broderick! I think he's put it through. Yes!
Really caught out.
I thought Osborne must have been shifted, but he's back there at full forward.
And it left the forward line just wide open. It was a certain goal. Oh, stolen away from Ironmonger. Lambert, red hot. He'll be in jail on Monday for that one. Half forward. Oh, the hand pass by Pickering missed his brother Michael. Michael tidies up and delivers a good pass. Lambert again, getting lots of the ball. Unmarked in the forward pocket. Here's a chance for Knights. Good kick. Yes.
Well, he's threaded it through. An amazing goal on the left foot. Richmond really playing well so far. They've teamed well. They've had excellent players. The Pickering brothers have been good. And on that occasion, a great goal to Matthew Knight. But it was also good play by Lambert to get it on very quickly. Didn't wait around. And Knights was there by himself. And that's a beautiful kick for goal.
Well, beautiful vision, as you said, Bernie, by Lambert. To see that player. And, young Knights, there's Goodwin. Oh, beautifully, a long hit out. They won't catch Mitchell. Mitchell hooks it back. Egan punched away from him and over the boundary line. Philip Egan. And Brockhurst doing a bad job on Egan so far tonight. It's a very dangerous player, Philip Egan. Ironmonger is really controlling the rucks. Hogg. Well, went straight to Brockhurst. Kapler to Board. Kapler in there again. Over the line it goes at half forward for Richmond. Well, they just can't catch up at the moment, Bernie. Fitzroy, they're 2 down.
I'd like to see them go more direct, Peter. They've wasted a lot of opportunities.
Honeybun, number 42, wins. It comes down to wind, though. Kick short of the wing. Kapler getting the hand pass into Roos. Roos pops it pretty high. Osborne wrestling off his opponent, almost a mark on Manton. Lees is there. From a prone position gets a kick away. Now it's back to Knights, who kicked the last goal for Richmond. Here he is back at half-back. Through Lees it goes. On to Lambert. 13 possessions, Lambert. Wilson, wide, hospital ball. Frangalis loses it. Lambert again to Waitman. And Richmond killing Fitzroy at the moment. Free. Up towards full forward. Hogg. And a chance for Pickering. Rugby tackle. In the back, says the umpire. Free kick and a fight way down the other end.
The trainer's going to cop one here.
Oh, they're right into it. Craig McGrath's a Fitzroy player, and he's having a little battle with Lees.
Well, here's Justin Pickering, not far off centre, and the man on the mark about 30 metres from goal. Be a handy break to Richmond if he can kick this. They lead by 2 goals at the moment, and now lead by 3.
Yes, well, Richmond doing most of the attacking in this quarter. It's full credit to them. They've been fantastic this year, the way they've fought back from last year. Wooden spooners. I'll tell you, a player I've been very impressed with tonight is Lambert. He's been in everything. He's a top young player, Lambert. And they look as if they could have a good year next year, Richmond. A couple of good, bigger players on their forward line, and they'll do well.
Well, in one... 3 goals, and as Drew said, pretty handy little break at this stage of the game. Fitzroy would want to get a couple of quick ones. We must remember earlier in the year that Richmond copped a belting. I think it was against the Bears and up north. And then they left their side unchanged, kept playing the young players. So they've got to be congratulated to see the ball kick further afield. That was by Kapler, taken by Fringalis, straight over the line. Halfway between centre wing and half forward for Fitzroy. There's Gary Fringalis on screen, formerly of the Sydney Swans. Ironmonger really has been in fine form. He's beaten this time though by Goodwin. Carafa out wide to Roos. Roos brings it to half forward, but there's no one there except Pickering. Over to Wilson. That was Michael Pickering, of course. Wilson's handball to himself and then chases after it. He's got it. Gets in a quick hand pass. It's on centre wing. Jim Wynn brings it to half forward. Oh, that's a poor kick, because all he has done is kick it straight to Lambert.
Is he playing a game, Lambert? That is now something like 15 possessions. Fringalis steers the pass beautifully to Thompson. Puts it wide, and Richmond full of running. Michael Pickering has time to pick up the bouncing ball and sweep the hand pass further afield. Awkward for Nichols, but it comes out luckily. The Honeybun centering kick. Hogg in there with a chance, or Stevens right on the behind line, just gets the hand pass away. And we'll start again with a boundary throw in the forward pocket. Richmond back into attack, leading 41-23. 10 minutes left in the second term.
And Brett Stevens, under enormous pressure down there, is doing an excellent job. Ironmonger. Well, Honeybun actually got that one, tapped it over the back. In went Carafa. Now it's Hogg. Smothered beautifully off free, but he's got a second chance. He picks it up on the left and bangs it through for a behind. It's Tony Free. Very promising young player. 6'6" to 3'5". And we've got 9 3/4 minutes of this quarter to go.
Stevens, who came over to Fitzroy from East Perth, in short to Wynn. And the further short one to Broderick, still behind halfback flank. Strooper. That's at halfback flank. And that's about 4 positions to get it there. That's 5 to get it there. 6 to get it there. But eventually Broderick gets the ball away. The hand pass finds Strooper in the open. Sweeps it 15 metres. Blakey back to Armstrong. Long left footer. Has it got the distance? Oh, took a bit of a leg break and hit the goalpost. Oh, John Manton, what's he done? Crashed into the goalpost.
Well, I'd like to see them go a lot longer, Fitzroy. They've got a good player up there, a player in form at full forward, and they're wasting chances.
Well, this is the man Bernie's impressed with, Lambert. He's gone out wide to the boundary line. I think it's still in. No. The big Craig McGrath. There he is over the line. Kevin Bartlett. An outstanding job in his first year as coach after being a commentator with the media for a year. There's a hand pass coming out wide, and it has beaten Matthew Armstrong over the line.
Actually, this last round last year, I was in the commentary box with Kevin Bartlett, and well, if they win tonight, they've won 3 more than last year, and they might finish about 4 places high.
And they've discovered a lot of good young players. There's Wilson tapping in. Look at the pace of Mitchell, Justin Pickering, and Leeds. I think Pickering was grabbed when he didn't have it. And he's got the free kick. It's a short one. Further afield to Michael Thompson. Off he goes. A long kick down towards the forward line. Stevens in front. Oh, he's lost that one though. Oh, brilliant pick up Waitman. Oh, he nearly ended up with it too. Egan, Waitman again. In he goes. Magnificent play to Hogg. Terrific play, Waitman. Punch back into play. The Fitzroy players will he did exactly that. But, gee, did Waitman put in there, Bernie?
Oh, tenacious, wasn't he, Dale Waitman?
The play of the night. Kick in by Stevens towards the outer side. Mark taken by Harris. Each one or two would-be tacklers up towards centre wing. Wilson on his chest. To Michael Pickering, centre of the ground. Well, Fitzroy, they've kicked 1 goal in this quarter, and that was on the rebound when the defence had moved up the ground. It was really against the trend of play. Richmond have killed them this quarter. And look at the players getting out in the open here. Knights goes over the top. Well played. Honeybun on the run. Won't make it, but a marking duel. Mitchell stays at the back. Hogg a little toe at it. Ironmonger gets the hand pass away to Gale.
Michael Gale brings it back towards centre half back. Brett Stevens, really been Fitzroy's best player. Geez, worked hard. Armstrong, ran into Goodwin. The loose ball. Waitman. Oh, this is danger. The short pass will be on to Hogg. Every time that man gets it, you know it's dangerous. And Hogg is marked about 30 metres out directly in front.
Well, I think if you had a look at the number of possessions, I'd say Fitzroy have had at least as many as Richmond, but they've just had too many turnovers, and here it is again, with Hogg having a shot at goal.
Well, he's kicked 3, Jeff Hogg, on Gary Pert. Honeybun off, Laffey on for Richmond. There's the kick from Hogg, and it's right through the centre.
4 of Richmond's 7 goals. And Richmond with a pretty tidy break at the moment. But here comes Fitzroy on to Thomas, who come off the bench, chips it short, and goals.
Well, I think Keith Thomas was even looking for a short pass on that occasion. Looking for Richard Osborne, I'm sure, but that's the value of getting the ball out of the centre and moving it into the forward line quickly. Keith Thomas started off on the bench. Been a quiet player tonight, Keith Thomas. There's a handball from Craig McGrath to the running Thomas. And maybe he was chipping over to Richard Osborne, I'm not too sure. But
I think he was, Bertie.
It didn't matter, he's kicked the goal.
I think so, Joe.
No doubt that was meant to be for Osborne, who had ducked back. Well, 7-7, plays 4-6. Another quick one's what they need. There's Bernie Harris. Towards half forward it goes. Broderick. Not Bernie Harris, Leon Harris, of course. Matthew Armstrong. Grabbed by Broderick again, swings onto the left foot towards the pocket. Osborne in front against Manton, and Richard Osborne won't find it easy because even though he's a big man, there's David Honeybun, Lazarus Sweat on him, and that John Manton's a pretty quick player at fullback.
Broderick, one of the leading possession winners on the ground, 15 possessions. Leon Harris has had 16. Here's Kapler. Lees taps away. McGrath kicks smothered. And out of there by Goodwin. Oh, over the top. Almost a big mark for Strooper. Paid.
No doubt about that.
Playing on the back line tonight. Played a number of games at full forward, David Strooper.
And now to Kapler. Harris, look out. You're in trouble. Just gets it away, but very wide to McGrath. 55 metres out on the boundary line. Oh, he might have been better to let that go. It was ruled out on the full, wasn't it?
Why would he go to the boundary line there?
Too wide.
Brought
Yeah,
it
too
back
wide.
in.
I would have thought that Pickering touched that inside the line.
It certainly looked like it, Drew. Pickering. Ironmonger, the big fist away. But Richmond have got a wall of about 3 or 4 players there. Poole was caught. Carafa to Thomas now. No, not in the backs of the umpire. So that was good umpiring by Michael Thompson. Brings it towards centre wing. Then they go after it. Jim Winslow dives back into the fray. They're fair dinkum. They mightn't have a lot to gain by this game, but their players are going in ferociously, and these umpires have got it right under control. I think it's umpires Childs and O'Reilly, 2 of the lesser names.
Well, there's a bit on this game tonight, because if Richmond wins or Fitzroy wins, they end up ahead of one another.
We looked at an old die-hard Fitzroy supporter there, Drew.
Yes, must have been way back from the Brunswick Street days, perhaps. That's a long time ago, isn't it? Here's Darren Kapler. He likes it on the left boot. And what a pass to Osborne.
He nearly spilled that one again, Richard Osborne. He's had a couple of chest marks in this quarter that he has put down. And nearly dropped that one as well.
One of the best kicks in league football. I think you'd agree, Bertie?
Very good kick for goal. And a long kick as well.
Kapler delivering it, you wouldn't have minded being at full forward yourself, would you? Osborne from about 48 for goal number 3. Distance, no trouble at all. Just away to the right. You should know which way he was going to run. You'd know he'd favour the left boot all the time, so you could position yourself.
Yes, and he always looks for the full forward, the leading player as well. Darren Kepler had a very good year. He was one of the early favourites for the Brownlow.
Well, there's just under 3 minutes of play left in this quarter, so Fitzroy really could do with 1 or 2 quick goals. Certainly wouldn't want to allow Richmond to get another one. Thompson. Another way they're going. They might take it down here. This is Matthew Knights. Onto the left foot. He's looking for Egan. Punched away by Brockhurst. Strooper, he overran that, but he's got the backup player in Brockhurst. Oh, hand passes for free, actually intercepted. There's Strooper. The peak, and he's caught. Holding the ball, I think. Good tackle that by Egan. He was surrounded then by Pekin by 3 Richmond players. Egan kicks it high. Jeff Hogg's in the perfect position here. Over the back. Oh, it's tapped further afield for Richmond. This is Justin Pickering. He's got it. Hand pass. Mitchell, open goal, kicks and goal.
The lead at half-time by a handy margin of 24 points. Could Fitzroy come back for David Parker? Let's find out as we go to the third term now, and we pick up the quarter at the start of play.
Second half about to get underway, and Dale Waitman is on the bench for Richmond. That's an interesting one. Malcolm Blight is down there. We might be able to find out whether Dale Waitman is perhaps injured. And Fitzroy first into attack. Richard Osborne takes a sensational mark from Broderick's kick.
And what we were saying right through that first half, we wanted Fitzroy to go long and give the forwards 2 good marking players a chance. 1 out. That's all the forward wants.
And Osborne from right in front has got pretty close to the man on the mark and missed it.
Yeah, that's a shocking kick from Richard Osborne. His approach there was a little bit, well, he didn't seem to be very confident on that occasion, Peter.
Not at all. And a bad miss. That's what they wanted to start the third quarter. Manton, a beautiful kick. McGrath is the only man who went for that. But they're looking good early. The kick is transferred wide, and the mark has been taken there by Ruse. Now he'll kick from about 50 metres. Now he's bringing it wide. He was looking for Osborne, centre of the pack. Fisted on. It's all Richmond at the back of the pack. Now it's just kept in play as the hand pass comes back towards Michael Pickering. McGrath played a fairly good game too, Craig McGrath. Oh, bad hand pass because that man was covered. Comes back to McGrath. Quick hand pass to go straight to Brian Lees, and Lees from the half-back line hooks it back, but Strooper's the man there to take it at centre wing for Fitzroy.
And David Strooper to put this back into attack for the Lions. Lees backs into the pack. And Ruse goes over the top of him, and it's paid to Paul Ruse. Now can he fire the Lions without his partner in crime, Gary Pert. Inside half forward. Bad kick that by Ruse, and Michael Pickering takes an easy mark and pops it out towards the far side. Running Richmond. Manton onto Wilson. Sweeps the hand pass over the top. That's good play. To Knights. To Mitchell. Good mark on the 50. Plays on. Will he kick the goal? Off the right boot. Hasn't quite made it. Justin Pickering. Oh, it did make it.
Yes, he did very well there, Justin Pickering. It looked as if the kick wouldn't have carried enough, but Justin Pickering doing the shepherding in the goal square allowed that ball, that kick from Michael Mitchell to go through. But there again, Fitzroy gave it away when they got it up on that forward line. Nick, it was Matthew Knights getting the kick to Michael Mitchell. And Michael Mitchell there, the good shepherding done by Justin Pickering on Ross Thornton. An excellent play there by Richmond.
And Gary Pert is coming around the boundary line on crutches, which we'll probably see shortly. But there is Tony Free bringing it out of the centre. Justin Pickering against Ross Thornton, who started on interchange. Oh, good play by Michael Pickering. Oh, beautifully taken away by Blakey to Leon Harris. Oh, that's another bad hand pass to a man who's covered. Paul Ruse. Let's see what he can do. He's lost it. Michael Pickering. Further afield, Trent Nichols. To half forward and Egan. Beautiful lead. And they've got a much better forward set up, Richmond. Egan, the short one, is on. Lovely lead. Jeff Hogg in front of Stevens has marked 30 metres out from goal. And there is Gary Pert. What a sad sight that is. Medial ligament in the left knee. And he's had that trouble before, and you hate to see that to any player, let alone a champion one. Jeff Hogg's already kicked 4. And directly in front. That's his 5th.
Great play by Jeff Hogg and great play by Richmond. Got a much better system coming into the forward line than Fitzroy. And setting up quite a handy break now. Only 5 minutes, well, nearly 5 minutes into their third quarter. Here's a lead by Hogg. Plenty of room on the Richmond forward line. And kicking very accurately as well. We saw him one night here, he kicked 2 goals 8. But tonight he's right on target. 5 goals straight to Jeff Hogg.
(67-32), and Richmond really dealing out a thumping at the moment to Fitzroy. Ruse in the middle. Boot to ball. Hasn't been done enough by Fitzroy tonight, perhaps. Frangalis going the wrong way. Slips Osborne's tackle. Into Lambert. From centre half back. Poor pass. And chipping in is Blakey. Wants to get rid of it quickly. And does so to Thomas. 60 metres out. Sweeps the hand pass over to Armstrong. Had to put it down, and Wilson, well done with a backhander. Gains about 20 metres, and they've still got possession. Pickering, and a beautiful pass to Honeybun.
Yes, and Richmond looking enthusiastic and keen. Hand pass Pickering, Michael Pickering, as usual, in everything to his brother Justin. And from centre wing, a beautiful play. Well, probably should have marked that, Egan. Oh, there's Knight's terrific use of the body by the youngster. Ironmonger, though, battling hard. Finds Gale. And Michael Gale, oh, they're under enormous pressure out wide. The board has started off the game very, very well in the first quarter. Quiet second quarter, though. Oh, Thomas has overrun it. Not a lot going right. Frangalis cops one in the back. And Gary Frangalis will take the kick on centre wing.
6 possessions for the evening to half forward. And getting out in the clear is Honeybun. Long to the goal square. Hogg one out. Well, Gale got back to make it a 2-1 contest. Hogg well trapped. And we'll have a ball up. Well, if Richmond get another one out of this, Kevin Bartlett might even see a smile from the coach.
Wasn't it good to hear that from Malcolm Blight too, that the coach was happy with his players at half-time and told them, instead of all this negative coaching. There's the knock away. Here's Mitchell. Here's danger. Thompson. Quick kick. He's put it through.
Join the match now, still in the third quarter. Fitzroy has added a further behind, and Richmond has added a further 7 points. 11 minutes remaining in the third term, and the Tigers are still leading by a very handsome margin of some 47 points.
So still Fitzroy looking for their first goal for this third quarter. And we have just 11 minutes left. Ruse can't take the mark. Comes back and gets the football. Skirts around them. No distance in the kick, but it's to the team's advantage. Thomas marks on 50. He goes very wide. This is still about 42 metres out from goal. And Broderick, I don't know whether Thomas did the right thing in going out of the centre corridor out to there.
He is a very good kick for goal, Paul Broderick, and favoured by his natural kicking foot, the left foot on that side of the ground.
He's kicked 1 goal, 1 for the night. Oh, he's creamed that one. Beautiful kick.
Yes, a very promising player, Paul Broderick. Didn't look Fitzroy again on that occasion, going very wide. And they've done that most of the night. On that occasion, they kicked it to a player who can really kick the ball well. And there is the kicking style of Paul Broderick. On the left foot, his natural kicking foot. He also kicks very well on the right foot.
Dale Waitman back on the ground for Richmond. And he spent the first 17 minutes on the bench.
Trent Nichols off the ground. Punched away. There's Laffey. Now it's Gale. Out to Strooper. Strooper long. Osborne against Manton. Osborne will probably duck back here. It's touched, I feel. Quick kick by McGrath is the wrong side of the post. And through for one behind to Fitzroy. So 5-10 they move on to. Richmond 11-14. Still a big leeway to make as the short kick comes out to Leeds. He's played most of the season at full back, but of course John Manton playing there tonight. Pickering, clever use of the body.
Push out.
And the umpire said a push out. to Craig McGrath, and technically I think he was right. As it's brought towards full forward. Oh, the mark is dropped down there by Wilson. In went Ruse. Now it's Armstrong hooking it back. But eventually it's forced off the hands of Paul Broderick and over the line at half forward for the Roys.
Well, Dale Waitman back into the fray after spending the first 17 minutes of this quarter on the bench. The Richmond skipper. Harris kicks straight up in the air. Fitzroy a chance here. Thomas is there with Osborne. Osborne charging at it. Gets one. Play on, says the umpire. They dive in after it. This is right in front and about 20 to 25 metres out.
Wasn't that a great tackle there by Johnny Manton? But Richard Osborne under extreme pressure.
Just some signs that Fitzroy just starting to turn the corner a bit.
Yes, and here's Armstrong trying to get onto that left boot of his. Broderick's there also. And who knows, that miss in the first minute of this quarter by Richard Osborne, well, it would have been a goal straight after half-time. Might have really lifted Fitzroy, but he missed, and of course Richmond took it down and got a couple of goals themselves. Now, it's at half still, well, actually forward pocket area for Fitzroy. A couple of quick goals and they'd be right back in it. But the forward line is just not working. Matthew Armstrong played particularly well early in the game. He's had 10 kicks. There's the big thump away back to the line for another throw-in.
Peter Wilson charging at that one. Well, I wonder if when the siren goes tonight, if Richmond win, he's going to give us another cartwheel, which he gave us earlier in the season when they upset Carlton under lights at the MCG. Here's Michael Mitchell. The hand pass was good to Thompson. Back to Mitchell. And the pass is sensational to Waitman. Just past Wind onto Waitman. And this is good from Waitman as well. And the mark taken by Pym. Centering kick. Oh, great play. On his own is Knights to take the mark. 40 metres out right in front.
Seems to have a good football brain, Bernie.
He's been very impressive, Pym. So a great desperation there by Paul Ruse running down from centre half forward to try to make up that ground to spoil.
17 years old, and doesn't he look like a boy? In amongst the hurly-burly. Now that kick is offline to the left.
We might have to work on his kicking a bit because he's missed a few.
They've wasted a lot in this quarter, Richmond.
Well, they really have dominated the play. There's another short one from full-back to Leon Harris. Oh, he's off. Now, he tried to go short to half-back. This is Ross Thornton to Ironmonger. Back to Thornton. Beautiful pass on the left foot out wide to Kapler, who's been fairly quiet. Kapler's gone short to half-forward and McGrath. Now, where's Osborne? No, he's going short to Ruse. And Ruse marks 45 metres out from goal directly in front. So Paul Ruse has tried very, very hard tonight, as he always does. He's had 12 kicks and 4 hand passes. Now, going for his first goal from 45 metres. Won't quite make the distance. A good mark down there to Laffey.
And away to Mitchell. Solid Shepherd behind play. Lambert. Justin Pickering at the wing. No, this is... oh, Knights again. What a mark. Man, what a player this youngster is. Thompson is absolutely burning it, especially in this quarter. He's having a big third quarter. Bounces through the pack. Chance here for the Tigers. But it comes out to Wind. Stevens. Oh, Mitchell. It was in the back pocket a minute ago. How's that?
Well, Fitzroy just don't want to kick the ball, and as a man who's dressed, you'd think he should be at the races, I think, instead of the football in that hat.
Or else he owns Watford Football Club. Looks like Elton John.
Well, it's at half forward for Richmond. This is Kapler. Quick kick. Oh, the mark's dropped down there by Pym. Armstrong. Quick hand pass under pressure to Thornton. Thornton looking for Thomas. Oh, Wilson's there. He gets it away, but Wind. Another hand pass. Scrambling bit of play here, but crashing his way through with Broderick. That was beautiful football. Further afield it comes from Blakey. Oh, that's too high on Keith Thomas. Thomas right in the centre of the ground. Off he goes. Gets around Goodwin and brings it towards half forward. Leon Harris at the back. Lambert beautifully done to Waitman. Now it's Richard Osborne. Hand pass. Back it comes to Osborne. He gets around onto the right foot. Tries to hook it back. A one-on-one contest, and it should be a free kick against Paul Roos, and it is to Michael Pickering.
Yes, he had to come down with it. Pickering to Waitman. Well, he's too injured to play the first quarter now this quarter, and Waitman's been starring since he came back. Peter Wilson, what a good mark. To the centre of the ground. Laffey behind Thomas. Thomas bumps it forward. Wind. Roos. Oh, great play. Oh, he kicked it in the back of Richard Osborne and tapped out by Lees. And Frangalis sees it over the line.
Well, that Richmond defence looks pretty good. As we see, Gary Purdy looks absolutely disconsolate there. Richmond defence well down there, Bernie.
Yeah, they've been under a little bit of pressure this quarter from Fitzroy, but they've stood up to it very well.
3.5 minutes to go till three-quarter time. It's thumped away by Goodwin. Back to the line. And another throw-in.
No overseas trips at this stage for Gary Pert like he's had in the last couple of years, so he could have looked forward to a bit of a rest. And what a way to spend your rest, on crutches.
Anthony Carafa there on the boundary line. Craig McGrath getting it down, still trying to get his boot to it. Lambert at the base of the pack, and he'll earn himself a free kick.
It's a place to be, isn't it, Peter? At the base of the pack, Lambert 13 kicks and 10 hand passes.
To Poole. And his kick to centre wing. Michael Pickering usually so good overhead. Gale at the back. Wilson lost it. Broderick. Wilson again. Oh, he's really firing them up. And Michael Mitchell just burning the turf here at the MCG. Away to free. Short passes, beautiful to Hogg. Well, the full forward should kick a dozen if the ball's delivered up the ground like that.
Well, Stevens looked absolutely disgusted, I think, with his teammates, Bernie.
But the pressure wasn't applied further upfield, but great running play there by Wilson and Michael Mitchell, the two former Western Australian players.
Coming up for number 6. And he kicks it well. No movement from the goal umpire.
There's 6 goals straight to Jeff Hogg. It's been a great performance by him, but they have delivered the ball particularly well to him. He's led well, kicked straight, kicked 3 goals on the champion fullback Gary Pert. Here it is, nothing Brett Stevens could do about that. Hogg well out in front, and there he is kicking for goal from about 35 to 40 metres out. A great game so far from Jeff Hogg.
Well, 6 goals to Hogg. What a good performance, but the way that ball's coming down is very difficult for Brett Stevens at fullback. It's punched away by Wilson, who's having an outstanding quarter. There's Waitman in the back. Yes, and they'll race it down there again. Every time this man gets it, he's got to go and kick over the mark, but very rarely does he waste a kick. Dale Waitman is always looking around for a man in a better position. Let's see if he proves me wrong. Look at that. You can bet on it every time, Bernie.
Yes, he delivers the ball very well, Dale Waitman, and this man leads very well also.
Well, he's kicked 6, Jeff Hogg, and he'll use a beautiful kick for goal. He doesn't miss many. We had a bad patch earlier in the year, but generally a pretty good kick from 45 metres, kicks right through that one. That's his 7th.
Richmond outscoring Fitzroy 5-8 to 1-3 in the third term, and at three-quarter time had set up a lead of a mammoth 53 points. Jeff Hogg in magnificent form in front of goal, and could he go on with it from there? Let's go back to the MCG now for the final match under lights for season 1988, and we pick up play at the start of the final quarter.
A 53-point lead to Richmond going into the last quarter of the season for both of these teams. Comes down to Waitman. He goes to ground. Stevens, been a stout defender here for Fitzroy. Good mark to Thomas. Quickly away to Pekin. And he puts Broderick out in the clear. Off the left boot. Broderick kicks the goal.
Yeah, it's good play there by Fitzroy. Broderick, a very promising player. He's kicked 3 goals for the night. And Fitzroy getting the ball out of the centre of the ground, very important. Got the handball out quickly. Roderick on the end of that. And as I said, he's a very good kick on the left foot.
You're dead right there, Bernie. Beautiful style, and 3 goals. He played quite well. Well, if the Fitzroy players have got anything inside them, David Parkin's last quarter of coach of the club, they should really fight this right out. That was Waitman getting it down there. Kapler. There he is, Waitman again. Beautiful hand pass to Mitchell. Mitchell wide. Justin Pickering caught. Quick hand pass, but Brockhurst coming out of defence. I think they'll have a big quarter here, Fitzroy, as we see Kapler to Thomas. Thomas to the centre of the ground to Roos. He found him. And Paul Roos, that heavy thigh bandage. Now he brings it towards full forward. Osborne waits over the back cleverly. Couldn't quite get it. Comes loose. Hand pass over the top. Richard Osborne's got an open goal. He tries to hook it back. It's a wobbly old kick and out of bounds on the full.
And Terry Board could have received a nice little hand pass over the top there from Richard Osborne. Would have set up the goal nicely.
Osborne tonight, 2 goals, 3 and 2 out of bounds. Lambert kicks in. Roos almost. Roos again. And then the socket away out of bounds. And Michael Pickering will take the free kick. Amazing statistics. 11 kicks and 17 handballs. He had 9 hand passes in the 3rd quarter. Here's Egan running out of room and can only find the boundary line.
Well, that was his worst kick of the night. And David Parkin, a very disillusioned man, I think. Jeff Southby and Gary Wilson, he could have done with a couple of players of that calibre out there tonight in front of the Melbourne members. Leon Harris, quick kick, is marked by Brian Lees at half-back. And it will be interesting to see if Fitzroy can finish on in this last quarter, because they've been outclassed for 3 quarters. There's the kick towards the centre of the ground. The big thumpers by Manton. Now they won't catch Mitchell. If it bounces right, it doesn't. He got a shocking bounce. Gale wide to Thornton, or nearly got themselves into trouble. Ross Thornton brings it out of defence wide, looking for Harris. Ironmonger waits at the back. It hit Tony Free in the head. Grabbed by Waitman. Dale Waitman, a bounce with the left hand. Let's see what he does with it. On the left foot has found Hogg. Hoggett, clever hand pass to Egan. Egan at 50 metres. A short one across. Has found Thompson. And Michael Thompson lines up, brings it back. It's another one to the Tigers.
Michael Thompson's played very well, particularly since half-time. He kicked 1 goal in that 3rd quarter. He's kicked 1 in the last quarter. But had 10 possessions in the 3rd quarter. There's the president of the Richmond Football Club, Neville Crowe, and isn't that fantastic to see him up
Great
there?
to see.
There it is, the replay, going with Philip Egan across the ground. Michael Thompson, a very good goal, that, kicking on the turn. He kicked it nearly 49 metres. Not an easy goal to kick.
Richmond bolting away, 99 to 46. That'll be a free kick for a high tackle, advantage paid. So they quickly take it, and up to Justin Pickering on the turn to Hogg. Hogg still a chance. Mitchell. Blistering speed, Michael Mitchell. Oh, he missed it. Bad luck.
Oh, he's an exciting player, isn't he, Michael Mitchell?
I remember him playing for 1 year for Western Australia in the State of Origin game against Victoria, and he was most impressive. Very, very quick, and he took one of the greatest marks ever, standing on a guy's shoulders over there. There's Strooper for dangerous play, and in fact, it's proved by the fact that Justin Pickering has taken the mark.
And with a reasonable shot at goal too, Justin Pickering, only kicking from about 40 metres out.
Well, he's going to be a fine player in the future, Pickering. He's had 11 kicks and 9 handballs. He and his brother have really played well again tonight. He's going for goal number 2, and he's got it. It's been outstanding since half-time. And this time he brings it, there's confidence, straight down the centre of the ground. Lambert was outstanding in the first half. Here he comes again. He's going to be an excellent player, this young kid. Beautiful hand pass. Michael Thompson to Wakeman, back to Thompson, hand pass to Mitchell, grabs it beautifully, Justin Pickering. Oh, couldn't trap it, and Brockhurst is able to tap it. They probably went one too many.
Yeah, that would have been just about the play of the year, wouldn't it? Brought it right down from full back. And just that last time where Brockhurst was able to chip in and knock it out of bounds, but that was magnificent play from Richmond.
Laffey over the top of Ironmonger. Oh, Waitman. Sensational play. Pym grabbed when he didn't have it. No, Lambert. To Justin Pickering. Egan shrugs them off, goes for goal, and kicks it.
Yeah, great goal there from Philip Egan. His first. But on that occasion, I feel that Brockhurst should have tried to tackle instead of going the bump. Egan was already in possession of the ball, so Brockhurst was entitled to go for the tackle. Here it is. It spills out to Michael Egan. And he just rode the bump very easily and kicked another lovely goal to the Tigers.
Well, this is a one-horse race at the moment, and they want to finish on too. The last quarter for the year. For them, the hand pass over the top. Waitman again, still is able to get the hand pass into Lambert. Lambert wide. Michael Pickering, left foot, hooks it back. There's no one there for Richmond though. And the mark has been taken down there by Thornton. To Roos, wide, to Kapler, to Thomas. And Keith Thomas brings it to centre wing to Craig McGrath.
Well, McGrath has had a pretty good night on the forward line. He's taken 9 marks and 18 possessions. 1 out is Osborne. At the back, yes. The mark right in front.
Oh, I don't think Manton agrees. I reckon he thought he touched it.
No, I think Osborne was entitled to that mark. Gary Pert, it's a sad sight, a sorry sight for the Fitzroy supporters and for Gary Pert. Had a few serious injuries over the last couple of years.
Osborne for goal number 3. This time.
Well, he's had a lot of chances up there tonight, Richard Osborne. Kicked 3 goals, 3 and a couple out of bounds on the full. So he's had plenty of the football for the number of times that the ball's been up on the forward line. Let's have a look at that one again. Oh, what do you think, Peter?
I think he might have got a hand to it.
He may have too. That's a much better kick from Richard Osborne. Missed a couple of easy ones when Fitzroy could have, well, maybe they could have got back in the game.
That's his first goal since the first quarter.
David Honeybun. Facing him at the other side of the circle is Ironmonger. Off the ground was by Armstrong. Now a chance for Kapler to show his pace. Tony Freese chasing him. A good pressure allows Laffey to give it to Thompson, to Mitchell. Michael Mitchell. He's got a loose man out wide in Pym. Pym and half forward. Will swing. No, he kicks on the right foot. Oh, look at that pass. A beautiful pass to Justin Pickering. And the use of the ball, Richmond, has been outstanding tonight. He's kicked 2. 12 kicks and 10 handballs. Not bad for a wingman, and if he can kick this one, it'll be his 3rd for the night. From 40 metres, comes back, and it's a goal.
And he kicks very straight to Justin Pickering. The Pickering brothers have had a night out tonight. Michael Pickering has done particularly well, and Justin's chipped in with a couple of goals. And the scoreline there not looking very healthy for Fitzroy at all. Very good kicking style. No problems with that one. And the Tigers have had a night out tonight here at the MCG.
Blight told us earlier on that Kevin Bartlett was very pleased with the Tigers at half-time. Then they led by only 4 goals. Now they lead by a mile. Mitchell to full forward. Hogg's got another one. And they're thrashing the Lions.
Yes, Jeff Hogg picks his 8th. And a very happy Tiger group up there. But what blistering pace from Michael Mitchell out of the centre. Brilliant play by him. Raced it down to the forward line.
He'll pull well in the Brownlow, I think, Mitchell.
Oh, well, he stands out, doesn't he, Peter, with that great pace of his. And there's that goal from Hogg. Very easy goal, but great play there by Michael Mitchell.
Hogg has kicked 8 goals straight.
Oh, there he is. What blistering speed that Mitchell's got. Jeff Hogg, 8 goals, great effort. 18-17 plays 7-11. Honeybun to Mitchell again to Pickering. Pickering a quick kick towards half forward. Thornton's there. Now it's Brockhurst to Thomas. Wide to Kepler. 2 South Australians combining there. Frangalis and Roos, and I think Paul Roos took that one. And the umpire's not going to pay it. Frangalis was the man in front. Roos not arguing, so maybe the umpire did right. Let's see who took it.
Bit of each way. I think Frangalis may have had the hands on it first.
Oh, pretty good decision.
Good decision.
Fitzroy in attack. One of the few times. Mitchell's there again. He's setting up goals and blocking it up in defence.
These umpires tonight have been outstanding for 2 young umpires, O'Reilly and Childs.
I don't know anything about either of them. We've probably had about 2 games between them, haven't we? Bit of a scrap here. Oh, that's great play by Lambert to Thompson. He's had an excellent night. Michael Thompson puts it out in front of Lambert. Richmond just enjoying themselves at the moment. Here's Thompson going for a further gallop. Off to Egan. Centering kick. Hogg again. Oh, but Roos got there. Waitman. Back he comes. Knights. It's close. Just offline.
1-4, Knights. But they're very promising. Some good young players in this Richmond side. Playing with a lot of enthusiasm.
Well, Matthew Knight's a real baby face, and he's going to be a footballer. He'll be a really good player. There's a hand pass over the top of the board. Back it comes to Armstrong. Some good tackling by Richmond. Tony Free brings it back. He was looking at there for Honeybun, who just didn't have the agility to get back after that one.
101 pounds of fun. You want me to sing it for you?
No, thank you.
Okay.
It's at half forward. Well, actually halfway between centre wing and half forward before Richmond. Honeybun gets it down, but it's grabbed by Wind. A quick kick towards Thomas, and Thomas, in fact, takes it over the line. 12.5 minutes of play left in this game, and it's been most impressive, and it looks good for Richmond for next year.
Well, when you think about this night last year, they were in the pits, Richmond. They lost to the Brisbane Bears and got the wooden spoon. And what a turnaround this is. Here's Michael Pickering. What a mark! 45 metres from goal. 6th mark for the night. In short. And almost a pin. Play on. Mitchell. His pace got him there. He wasn't even in the contest. Justin Pickering. Back to Michael. Up to the goal square. Knight's on his own.
Oh. They can do no wrong.
Oh, it's been too easy, hasn't it, for Richmond?
They'd kicked 8 goals to half-time, and this will now be number 19. Knights gets his second.
Certainly the Tigers' night out at the MCG. They kicked 10-4 to 2-2 in the 4th quarter to win by 103 points and 15 goals to 3 after half-time. Hogg finished up with 9 and Justin Pickering 5, and just repeating that Jimmy Jess kicked 9 goals in the reserves, his farewell appearance with the Tigers. And after the game, after the senior game at the MCG tonight, Malcolm Blight spoke to a victorious coach, Kevin Bartlett.
Kevin, what a way to win the season.
Well, it's a great way for us to end the season, Malcolm. It gives us 8 wins for the year and gives us a real launching pad into season 1989. Last year, the club got beat by 56 points in the last game of the year, and this year we've won by over 100 points. So it's a great effort by the players.
Yeah, actually, just looking back at the form, you've beaten Carlton, Swans, North and Melbourne, all finalists from last year, all virtually in the second half of the year.
Yeah. Well, in the second half of the year, we've won 7 games and lost 6 out of the last 13. So we've been very pleased with the improvement of our young players, but also, of course, getting Johnny Manton and Gary Frangalis back have been a bonus towards the end of the year. Unfortunately, losing Mark Lee, Hoggy and Wilson and Bauer really put us behind the 8 ball for the last couple of games, but Hoggy back tonight was great, and Peter Wilson had so much to our side.
Kevin, it's remarkable. 11 new players for the year. You had 6 first-year players out there tonight and 3 second-year players. Remarkable performance.
Yes, and of course Tony Free wouldn't have been counted in that list, but he played 10 minutes of senior football last year, and David Honeybun hadn't played senior football for 4 years. So in all, I suppose, in essence, we had 13 first-year players this year and a number of young boys who only played 1 or 2 games. But that's the future of our club, and you know, we're really looking forward to next year. I know the players are even looking forward to pre-season.
Yeah, it's going to be terrific. Jeff Hogg ended up with 57, Wakeman and Mitchell 33, 34 each. Pretty productive up forward.
Yes, well, I think it's been a great year for Hoggy, and really he came in under difficult circumstances because Michael Roach was unavailable for 19 games, and Hoggy really did a great job for us up forward. I mean, he was really a lone hand for a lot of the year because Phil Egan was out for 10 weeks through injury. So I think next year he can be a bigger and better player.
Yeah, terrific effort tonight, Kevin. Great stuff. Any tip who'll make the 5 or who'll win the premiership?
Well, no, but hopefully that we might be in there next year.
Yeah!
Tonight's game is a part of the Elders IXL 1988 VFL Premiership season.
In round 22, the best is certainly still to come, but let's take a